How did you get into radio? Everybody has a different story of the way they actually got into the business.
I entered a contest of the #1 disc jockey in Detroit who worked for the ABC station there, WXYZ. His name was Mickey Shore.
Mickey Shore, he had the electronics company
for tape shacks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I entered a contest that he was running, and the prize was a Webcor tape recorder. And I'm thinking, woo, this would be great for me because I had a little studio in my basement, you know, a couple of turntables and some stuff and a phony microphone. And I was pretending I was on the radio. Anyway, I win the contest. I go to the station to pick up the prize. In the course of me picking my prize up, Mickey and I began to chat. Yeah. I was 15 years old. And he asked me, I was telling him, I said, hey, you're playing some great records, man. I love music. And he says, you're into music. I said, yeah. I said, I really love music. And I have a little radio station and stuff off the air, but at home. And so anyway, we get talking, and he realizes that I have a great deal of music familiarity with the teen audience, which he used to get. Or he had, but he wanted to get more input on it. After school, I would go to the station and I would meet with all these different record promoters that were coming in. And here I am, a young kid. You know, that's where I met all of the people, a lot of the record promoters from Detroit, like Armin Baladian, Sammy Kaplan, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And I became his conduit for what songs to play and how to work some of the different stuff. And I began to learn a lot about radio because I was in the studio every evening during a 7 to 10 show.
You know, that's so interesting because, you know, it's funny. I've had this conversation with a bunch of people and even did a few lessons about it. I wonder sometimes right now if a lot of the problem with radio picking up a younger end is because they have no one usually at a radio station that fits the younger end. Everybody's older. You know, and you know, like Mickey, obviously he was a smart guy because when he did those electronic stores, he made a fortune. And obviously he was a star on the radio, but he had enough sense to go, I'm beyond the demo that I'm shooting for. So let me get a kid in here and find out what the demo wants. You know, well, I mean, that's pretty smart, really.
He got into radio himself when he was 14. He was hanging around. They finally put him on and he could do all kinds of voices and stuff. So they utilized him when he was young. And I think he saw a little bit of me in him.